through the day using the hashtag Love Donegal and also hashtag Dunanalabu across social media. It's actually in its fifth year now, and it gives everyone from here or a connection to here and a chance to enjoy and to celebrate and to love Donegal. Our roving reporter who is out and about in Donegal today for us is our social media correspondent, Corinne Temple, and she's out now at New Mills with a really large water wheel in the background. Corinne, hang on, I get my own camera in place. Yours, you look perfect, Corinne. I never do, but
thanks, John.
It'll help. It'll help if I have the camera straight. Anyhow, how's things out in New Mills today?
All good. Again, sun shining. We're so blessed with the weather
Yeah, you are.
today. And we were in Donegal Airport this morning, and we came live from the air traffic control tower. And we're here now in New Mills, and we're standing in front of a working water wheel. And we're at the New Mills Corn and Flaxmill. And we have Kathleen McCallion here, who is a guide at the mills, and she's delighted to tell us all about it.
Yeah, you're very welcome this morning. We're only delighted to welcome everyone to New Mills site. It's a beautiful site, and we're very blessed with it here in Donegal. So for people that haven't been here yet, it's a corn and flax mill. It's maintained by the Office of Public Works. The history of the wheel goes back to, there's evidence of a water wheel here on this site going back to the 1600s, and even evidence of a flax and a corn mill here from the 1800s. Now, it's quite unique for Ulster that you would have the two mills on the one site. That's one of the reasons then when the OPW got this and they wanted an agricultural or an industrial site, because mostly they had like castles and things like that. So they came and they looked at a few sites, and this was one of them. One of the reasons they picked this site then in the 1980s was that the corn mill here was actually working up until 1982. So the history of the site was, up until that point, the site was owned by the Gallaghers from a period from 1892 up until 1982, where the corn mill closed. Patrick Gallagher was the first of the Gallaghers to have come here. And when he came, he actually there was the pub, the shop, and the two mills. Now, he had to do a lot of renovation at that time. And it was a very important part of the community, sort of be like part of a community hub, because you had people where the farmers were bringing their grain, they were bringing flax, and it was going through the mills here. So that would have been, an important part of the economy for them. You had the shop and you had the public house. A lot of people at that time, that would have been an era where you would have had a lot of, people would have had an account, as it were, in the shops. You'd have been producing stuff yourself, and you might have been taking eggs and things like that to the shop as well. You'd have an account that would be cleared then when you brought your corn and sold it. So that was like, we have a definite, strong agricultural background here in Donegal always. And it's lovely now to see the older men coming in, and they're kind of telling you about, bygone eras, and they have different terms and things like that. And there's words that the new generation just doesn't have. I've heard one fella, saying when he was going through the mill there and with the sieves and whatnot, he was calling it shuggling, and it was a word I'd never heard about. Apparently they use it a lot in Scotland. You love to see the visitors coming, and we would have a lot of local visitors. We'd have a lot of international visitors, even as far away as Mexico. They're recorded in the book this week or so. The people that come are all different generations. You love to see the people who kind of maybe had to emigrate from here earlier on, and they can recall those, bygone era. It's nice also to see the young people come, and it's something like, it's not that long ago, but it's a kind of an era that's slipping away. So it's great to be able to, go through that social history with them. And we're encouraging a lot of schools to come. So we have an education program here, and there's like a local school coming tomorrow, and it's lovely to see the youngsters coming and appreciating the site as well. And there's, we love to see people coming in the door, and there's a great team here, and everybody's very welcoming, and we just love our jobs. So
That's lovely to hear. So if you haven't been here before as a visitor, what can you expect?
Well, first of all, I think one of Donegal's best assets is like here, not just on Love Donegal Day, but there's a warm welcome, and you'll certainly get a warm welcome here. We're open 7 days a week. It's free, so the education program that's free as well. We're open from 10 until 6. The last tour kind of goes about 5:15 because just the time span of how long it takes you to go through the mill. Typically there's a wee film, and it's nice because some of the people that actually worked here are on that film, and I think it's lovely to have the original people on the film talking. Sometimes people will say they might need subtitles for bits of it, but still, it gives them an overview of what went on here. Then we'll take people through the mills. We'll cater for them kind of, the tour, it'll be shorter if they're short of time. Sometimes then they'll say they're in a rush, and then they're asking you loads of questions, and we welcome that as well. But it's a lovely experience, and I mean the setting's beautiful. We're here on the south bank of the River Swilly. We're only 5 kilometres from Letterkenny, so no excuses. Come out and see us.
Lovely. So the water wheel here that's behind us.
Yes.
So what was its role in the mill?
So basically, we had the green energy here. We're all talking about green energy, so everything works off the water wheel. So you had this is the corn wheel. It's a 25-foot diameter wheel, and basically it's what they call a breast shot wheel, where the water is driving it. I didn't know until I came over here actually that water is heavier in the morning. So
Right.
there's all sorts of fun facts that you'll get when you come on the tour, and that drives all the machinery within the mill. One miller would work just in this one building, so one miller was able to do everything. So it's you're having your green energy. That's one of the things we had it then. It's a wonderful experience just to walk through it and see how it all works.
That's lovely. Well, thanks for giving us that information.
You're welcome.
And if you haven't been here, it's definitely worth a visit. And John, we are out and about today, as I say, and our next stop is Swan Park in Buncrana. So we have went from Carrickfinn to New Mills and off to Buncrana after this. And thanks to the team here.
Thanks so much for coming. We're delighted to have you, and hopefully more people will come and see us.
Excellent. Back to you, John.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. And hopefully the sun follows you to Buncrana.
Hopefully so.
And back. And back. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, Corinne. Thanks a million. That was Corinne Temple, who's out and about for us today. It's all part of Love Donegal Day. And remember the hashtag, it's Love Donegal, and also doing an all a boo across social media.